Stop scrolling. This coin could change your life. Don't ignore this. Right now, if there's a Susan B. Anthony $1 coin anywhere near you and the date ends in a 3, do not spend it. I'm serious. Some examples with the right year, mint mark, condition, or rare minting error have sold for over $30,000. Yes, for a single dollar coin. And here's the part nobody talks about. The less people know about these coins, the easier they are for collectors to pull them out of circulation. So before you spend that coin, check your pocket, check your wallet, check your change jar. Because the coin you ignore today could be worth thousands tomorrow. And trust me, from here the coins only get rarer, scarier, and more valuable. Stay with me until the end. This is Numismatic Vault Extra, USA, United States. And these coins change everything. Money bag. The story of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar begins during an interesting and transformative moment in American coin history. In the late 1970s, the United States was searching for a new way to modernize its currency system. Paper dollar bills were widely used, but government officials believed a durable $1 coin could save money and last much longer in circulation. From this idea came one of the most unusual and historically important coins of the modern era, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This coin was groundbreaking for a simple but powerful reason. For the first time in American history, a circulating coin honored a real American woman. The woman chosen for this honor was Susan B. Anthony, a fearless leader in the fight for women's rights and voting equality in the United States. Throughout the 19th century, she traveled across the country advocating for justice and equality, and her legacy eventually helped lead to the passage of the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. When the United States Mint decided to create the new dollar coin in 1979, the design itself carried deep symbolism. The obverse side of the coin shows the portrait of Susan B. Anthony facing right, surrounded by the word liberty above and the phrase, "In God We Trust," beside the portrait. Beneath the image lies the year 1979 along with a small letter P, identifying the mint where the coin was produced. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the historic mint facility located in Philadelphia. Philadelphia has long been the heart of American coin production, responsible for striking billions of coins used throughout the nation. That small letter may seem insignificant, but for collectors it provides important information about the coin's origin. The reverse side of the Susan B. Anthony dollar carries a design borrowed from an earlier American coin. It features an eagle landing on the surface of the moon while holding an olive branch. This design was originally created for the famous Eisenhower dollar, which honored President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the success of the Apollo 11 moon landing. The image symbolizes both peace and technological achievement, celebrating America's role in the space age. Unlike older American silver coins, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced using a copper-nickel clad composition. This meant that the coin did not contain significant amounts of precious silver, but it was designed to be durable and long-lasting. Each coin weighs approximately 8.1 grams and measures about 26.5 millimeters in diameter. When the coin was first introduced in 1979, the government produced enormous numbers of them to encourage public use. Banks across the country received shipments of the new dollars, and millions of coins quickly entered circulation. The idea was that Americans would adopt the new dollar coin for everyday transactions. However, the coin faced an unexpected problem. Its size and color were very similar to the quarter, causing confusion for many people. As a result, the public never fully embraced the coin, and large quantities were stored in government vaults rather than circulating widely. Despite its short-lived popularity, the Susan B. Anthony dollar soon became an interesting collectible. Coin collectors began examining the coins carefully, searching for special varieties and minting errors that might make certain examples rare. One of the most famous discoveries among collectors involves subtle variations in the date design. Early versions of the coin featured a wide rim variety in which the rim of the coin nearly touches the date. These small differences may seem minor, but they can dramatically affect a coin's value among collectors. The thrill of coin collecting comes from the possibility that a rare variation could be hiding in plain sight. A coin that once sat unnoticed in a drawer might suddenly reveal itself to be something extraordinary when examined closely under magnification. Although most 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars remain common and worth only a small premium above their face value, exceptional examples in pristine condition can command much higher prices. Coins that retain their original mint luster and show no signs of wear are especially desirable. Professional grading companies evaluate such coins using strict standards to determine their condition. The highest grades represent coins that appear almost exactly as they did when they were first struck at the mint. Because so few coins survive in that condition, they become extremely valuable to collectors. At major coin auctions, some rare varieties and top-graded examples of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar have attracted impressive bids. In certain extraordinary cases, coins with rare features and exceptional quality can be discussed in price ranges approaching $30,000, especially when collectors compete for the finest examples. But the real value of the coin is not just its price, it is the story it tells. The Susan B. Anthony dollar represents a turning point in American history, when the nation chose to honor a woman whose work helped transform democracy. Every coin from 1979 carries a small piece of that legacy. Imagine the journey of one of these coins. It may have left the mint in Philadelphia, traveled through banks and businesses, and eventually found its way into someone's pocket change decades ago. Years later, that same coin might appear in a collector's album, a coin show display, or even an online auction. What was once everyday currency becomes a historical artifact, representing both American progress and the evolution of coin design. The Susan B. Anthony dollar series was short-lived, produced mainly between 1979 and 1981, before returning briefly in 1999. Because of its limited run and unique design, it remains a favorite among collectors who appreciate modern American coinage. For many beginners entering the world of coin collecting, the Susan B. Anthony dollar is often one of the first coins they examine closely. Its distinctive portrait and historical significance make it easy to recognize and fascinating to study. If you ever come across a 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar, it might be worth taking a closer look before spending it. While most examples are common, a rare variety or exceptionally preserved coin could hold surprising value. In the end, the magic of coin collecting lies in the unexpected. A small coin worth $1 could carry decades of history and, under the right circumstances, a value far beyond its face value. Sometimes the most ordinary objects turn out to be extraordinary treasures, waiting to be discovered. Next up, the fascinating story of the 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar begins in the final chapter of a short but memorable coin series in American history. In 1999, the United States brought back this distinctive dollar coin for one last production run. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary $1 coin, but behind its small size lies an interesting story of economic needs, historical recognition, and the evolution of modern American coinage. The coin honors Susan B. Anthony, one of the most influential leaders in the fight for women's rights in the United States. Throughout the 19th century, she traveled across the country speaking about equality, justice, and voting rights. Her lifelong campaign helped inspire the movement that eventually secured the right for women to vote. Because of her historic role, the United States chose to place her portrait on a circulating coin, making her the first real American woman to appear on everyday U.S. currency. The design of the coin was created by engraver Frank Gasparo, whose work had already shaped several important American coins. On the obverse side of the coin, Susan B. Anthony's portrait faces right with the word Liberty above her. Beside the portrait appear the words, "In God We Trust," while the date 1999 sits just below the shoulder. Next to the date appears a small letter P. This mint mark tells collectors that the coin was produced at the historic mint facility in Philadelphia. For over 2 centuries, Philadelphia has served as the heart of American coin production, striking billions of coins used across the nation. The reverse side of the coin carries a dramatic and symbolic design. It shows an eagle landing on the moon while holding an olive branch. This design was inspired by the emblem of the Apollo 11 mission and symbolizes both technological achievement and peace. Surrounding the image are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $1. Unlike older American coins that contained silver, the 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar is made from a copper-nickel clad composition. This mixture contains about 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, giving the coin durability while keeping production costs low. USA Coin Book. Each coin measures about 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 8.1 grams. These precise measurements allow the coins to function smoothly in vending machines, transit systems, and other automated equipment that rely on exact coin sizes. The reason this coin was produced again in 1999 is quite interesting. The Susan B. Anthony dollar had originally been minted from 1979 through 1981, but production stopped when the coin failed to gain widespread public acceptance. However, in the late 1990s, demand for dollar coins suddenly increased as transit systems and vending machines began using them again. Because the new dollar coin design planned for the year 2000 was not yet ready, the United States Mint decided to temporarily produce the Susan B. Anthony dollar once more. USA Coin Book +1. During that final production year, the Philadelphia Mint struck about 29,592,000 coins, making the 1999 P issue one of the last pieces in the entire Susan B. Anthony series. Coins value +1. Although millions were produced, many of these coins never circulated widely. Large quantities were stored in government vaults or purchased directly by collectors. As a result, a surprisingly large number of them still survive in very good condition today. In everyday circulated condition, most 1999 P Susan B. Anthony dollars are worth only about $1 to a few dollars, close to their face value. Coin trackers +1. However, coin collecting often focuses on rare variations and extraordinary condition. When a coin survives with flawless surfaces and strong mint luster, collectors call it mint state. These high-grade coins are far scarcer than ordinary circulated examples. Professional grading companies examine coins carefully under magnification and assign grades that reflect their condition. The higher the grade, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. In the case of the 1999 P Susan B. Anthony dollar, some rare mid-era examples have reached astonishing prices. One famous example struck on the wrong metal blank, a Sacagawea dollar planchet, sold for over $16,000 at auction. CoinValueChecker.com +1. Stories like these often inspire collectors to imagine that a coin in their pocket could someday be worth tens of thousands of dollars. While most coins will remain common, rare errors and exceptional conditions can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collectible. Another interesting part of the 1999 issue is the proof version of the coin. Proof coins are specially made with polished dies to create mirror-like surfaces. Only about 740,000 proof coins were produced that year, making them the lowest mintage coins in the Susan B. Anthony series. USA Coin Book +1. Because of their limited production and beautiful finish, these proof coins are often kept in protective holders and sold directly to collectors. The 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar also holds a special place in coin history because it represents the final appearance of this design before the introduction of the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. The new coin featured a golden color and a portrait of the Native American guide Sacagawea, replacing the Anthony design in everyday circulation. Today, collectors continue to search for well-preserved examples of the 1999 P Susan B. Anthony dollar. While most are modestly priced, the possibility of rare varieties or mid-errors keeps the excitement alive. Imagine finding one of these coins in an old jar of change or inherited coin collection. To many people it might appear ordinary, but to a collector it could represent an interesting piece of American history. The coin reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry powerful stories, from the struggle for women's rights represented by Susan B. Anthony to the technological triumph symbolized by the moon landing eagle. In the end, the 1999 P Susan B. Anthony dollar is more than just a $1 coin. It is a small metal time capsule that captures a moment in American history and the evolution of the nation's currency. And sometimes, hidden within coins like this, There may be a rare example that transforms a simple dollar into a collector's treasure worth thousands. Next up, the story of the 1999 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar begins in the final chapter of one of the most unusual modern coin series in American history. By the late 1990s, the United States was preparing to introduce a brand new golden dollar coin. But before that happened, the government needed more dollar coins to supply vending machines and transit systems. Because of that sudden demand, the United States Mint brought back the Susan B. Anthony dollar designed for one last year in 1999. That decision created a fascinating moment in coin collecting history and produced the Denver minted coin known today as the 1999 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar. The coin itself honors Susan B. Anthony, a remarkable figure who dedicated her life to the fight for women's rights and equality in the United States. During the 19th century, she traveled across the country giving speeches and organizing campaigns that demanded voting rights for women. Her work helped inspire the movement that eventually led to the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote in 1920. When her portrait appeared on the dollar coin decades later, it symbolized recognition of her powerful influence on American democracy. The design of the coin was created by U.S. Mint chief engraver Frank Gasparo. On the front of the coin, Anthony's portrait faces right, surrounded by the word liberty and the phrase, "In God We Trust." Just beneath her shoulder appears the year 1999 along with the small letter D, which identifies the mint where the coin was produced. That D, mint mark, tells collectors the coin was struck at the Mint facility in Denver, one of the major coin-producing branches of the United States Mint. In 1999, the Denver Mint produced approximately 11,776,000 Susan B. Anthony dollars, far fewer than the Philadelphia facility, but still a large number of coins. The reverse side of the coin carries a dramatic and symbolic design, an eagle landing on the surface of the moon while holding an olive branch. This design originally appeared on the earlier Eisenhower dollar, which honored President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the historic Apollo 11 moon landing. The image represents both technological achievement and the nation's desire for peace. Unlike older American dollar coins that contained large amounts of silver, the 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This alloy contains mostly copper with a thin outer layer of nickel, giving the coin its silver-colored appearance while keeping production costs low. Each coin weighs about 8.1 grams and measures roughly 26.5 millimeters in diameter. These precise measurements allow the coin to function properly in vending machines and transit systems, which rely on consistent coin size and weight. Although millions of coins were minted in 1999, many of them never circulated widely. Instead, they were stored in government vaults or sold directly to collectors. Because of this, a large number of 1999 D coins still survive today in excellent condition. In typical circulated condition, the 1999 D Susan B. Anthony dollar is worth about $1 to $4, only slightly above its face value. These coins are considered common because so many remain available in the collector market. However, the world of coin collecting is driven by rarity and condition. Coins that remain in pristine mint state condition, meaning they still have their original shine and sharp details, can be worth significantly more than ordinary circulated examples. Professional coin grading companies examine coins under magnification and assign them grades based on their quality and preservation. Higher grades indicate rarer coins, which naturally increases their value among collectors. Another reason collectors study coins like the 1999 D Susan B. Anthony dollar is the possibility of minting errors. During the production process, machines sometimes strike coins incorrectly. These mistakes can produce unusual varieties, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal blank. Some rare error coins from the 1999 Susan B. Anthony series have reached remarkable auction prices. In particular, coins accidentally struck on planchets intended for the new golden Sacagawea dollar have sold for $7,000 to more than $16,000 because only a handful exist. Stories like these are what inspire collectors to examine every coin they find. While the average coin might be worth only $1, a rare error or extraordinary condition can transform it into a highly valuable collectible. Imagine the journey of one particular 1999 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar. It may have started its life in a mint bag in Denver, then traveled through banks and businesses before eventually ending up in someone's pocket change. For years, it might have passed from person to person without anyone noticing it. Decades later, that same coin might appear in a collector's hands, carefully examined under bright light. If it happens to be a rare era coin or an exceptionally preserved example, it could suddenly become far more valuable than anyone expected. This transformation from ordinary currency to collector treasure is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a fascinating hobby. Every coin carries a story about the time and place where it was created. The Susan B. Anthony dollar series itself was short-lived, produced from 1979 to 1981, and then briefly again in 1999. After that final year, the design was replaced by the golden Sacagawea dollar beginning in 2000. Because of its unique design and historical significance, the Susan B. Anthony dollar continues to attract collectors today. Even though most examples are common, the series remains an important part of modern American coin history. If you ever discover a 1999 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar in an old jar of coins or an inherited collection, it may be worth examining carefully before spending it. Look for unusual details, minting errors, or exceptional condition. Most of these coins will remain simple $1 pieces, but occasionally one may surprise you with unexpected value. That possibility, the idea that treasure might be hiding in everyday change, is what keeps collectors searching through coins year after year. In the end, the true value of the 1999 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar lies not only in its price, but also in its story. It represents a tribute to a powerful historical figure, a final chapter in a unique coin series, and a reminder that even small coins can carry a fascinating piece of history.